And as a Christian, a lot of people have conflict with having the conversation about energy and what does that actually mean, and what's an aura even mean. This past weekend I was at a mastermind and there's an energy healer there. So I'm gonna have like sirens going off for people who are like, oh gosh, Satan. No, listen to this, okay? God is the creator of all things. And I believe that our energy is no different than the energy that I sensed through you when we were in Clubhouse. They're magnetic for purpose. They're magnetic actually for us to connect with one another, to be able to serve in a greater capacity. I've learned I can't do anything by myself. I'm sure you feel the same. But I think energy is such a powerful conversation.
It's really interesting you bring this up. Because I speak about connecting. I love telling people, Tamra, bring your listeners up to speed here. I was put on this planet to work with the most amazing businesses, leaders, and brands and top performers and help them thrive through the power of connecting. And connection is really interesting because people look at it as, oh, I'm connected to this person or it's part of my network. By the way, I don't believe in the word network. I believe in the word connect working.
I love that.
We are not trying to add more people to our network. We're actually trying to connect with those within it. And here's the thing. There's lots of things that people will tell you need to do, whether it's in sales, marketing, and leadership. That's the area that I focus in business. And there's lots of things that you can do and those things you need to do.
Right.
What I actually focus on is something that probably truly connects with you, pun intended. And that is, there's certain things on the way you need to be to actually bring out the energy to connect with others.
So good.
Connection, whether, in business, a lot of it has to do with alignment, but at the end of the day, we are trying to work with people we like to work with.
Yeah.
Bring ideas together that connect on a whole set of levels and values. And our goal really is that when we do these things, when we establish strong connections, whether it's in sales, we're trying to connect to our end customer, whether it's in marketing, we're trying to connect our message to our audience. And here's the part that most of your listeners might relate to: when we're leaders, trying to get our people to connect with us and to connect with each other. The strength of connections, the speed at which things get done, the understanding of the purpose at hand where everybody cares, having an empathetic view as opposed to just a self-centered view. All of these things carry outside of the business realm. They carry over into life. And when you think about your personal connections, whatever they might be, with other individuals or with higher spirits, with whatever angle you want to go into, knowing what you need to do when you need to connect with others, and know what you have to do to yourself, the steps you need to do to make yourself ready to connect is the real thing. That it's where I start from.
That's
That's
powerful.
the message. That's the message where I go with. And years ago, it's behind me somewhere. So, shameless plug, I wrote a book called Master of the Art of Connecting.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that I had this spirit. I came from Wall Street, and I worked in financial services and in consulting before all of that, in helping businesses connect, but didn't realize that the style in which that I was actually connecting with clients and individuals and putting ideas together had this. It took a lifelong journey to figure out exactly, oh, this is something that people can use. This is a superpower that stretches across many different levels. You and I both use this medium in podcasting, and the ability to have conversations with people is really powerful, which is where I'll bring this thing where we could lead our conversations to your listeners and viewers. When I thought about all the things about connection and where we met in the medium of Clubhouse, it's so important, because what all connections begin, where they begin, is right here, where you and I are right now. And that is having a conversation. Every connection begins with one great connecting conversation. So what if we could increase the likelihood that we can actually have better conversations, and know that if we did things, if we worked on ourselves, if we prepared ourselves to have that conversation, even before, during the conversation, and after,